Drill an 1/8-inch hole in the edge of the converter. Use a new bit and that'll reduce the shavings. After the contaminated fluid drains out, chamfer the hole with a 1/4-inch bit and clean the area with solvent. Add a little Loctite retaining compound to the shoulder of a closed-end pop rivet and use it to plug the hole. While these are all low-cost fixes, make sure not to skimp out on the fluid. You want to make sure to fill the converter and the transmission with the highest quality ATF you can find. We like Royal Purple's high-performance ATF because it's synthetic and stands up to heat better than regular fluid. While the newest Turbo 350 on the road today is over 35 years old, these little tips and tricks we showed you will keep your car out on the road and out of the transmission shop.
At low to mid RPM range, the best way to maximize your scavenging effect is to move the exhaust out of the engine as fast as possible. Long tube headers with their longer primary path, 28 inches or more, and their narrow diameter allow gas to leave the cylinder with more speed, with more time to gain velocity before it hits the collector.
330, 376. Now here's the graph of the shorties, the tri-wise, and this dotted line is the long tubes. Now from about 3,200 RPM, the long tube takes over but drops slightly under the tri-Y at about 4,100. It picks back up steam and runs out the entire RPM range better than the shorty or the tri-Y.
So the long tubes were king of the pump today, and in a higher horsepower engine, that difference would be a lot more significant. However, I think we all agree that in a small block street engine like the ZZ4, well, the shorties are the best bang for the buck for fitment, costs, and relative performance. Well, next, we're going to try to free up some horsepower. A lot of guys claim that they free up 10 to 15 horsepower with an electric water pump. We're going to see. We're in the hunt for more power from this ZZ4 crate engine. After trying out 3 different header designs, long tubes had the performance edge. So we're keeping them on for this next test, which involves replacing our mechanical water pump for an electric pump from Summit Racing. It's made from billet aluminum and flows 37 gallons per minute. It costs more than a mechanical, but since it's lighter and doesn't use the crank to spin it, the result should be a reduction in parasitic power loss. Well, a bump of 6 horsepower and 8 foot-pounds of torque, that's our biggest increase so far. And it's definitely worth the extra bucks, even with electric fans. Well, John's anxious to see what an 80-buck valve train upgrade can do for us. The ZZ4 crate engine comes with stamped steel rocker arms. Summit makes a kit of rockers that are exactly the same, except they've got roller tips. Can they free up even more power? And they did. 5 more horsepower, 6 more foot-pounds of torque.
Any more power on that.
We might have saved the best for last. For years, when it comes down to making big, cheap horsepower, you're going to beat a little shot of nitrate. The principle has always been the same. Stored as a liquid, it evaporates in the intake manifold, dropping temperatures and creating a denser charge with more oxygen so more fuel can be burned.